while most DTC brands are still struggling with iOS privacy changes, rising ad costs, and algorithm updates, Fashion Nova is still dominating with 24 million Instagram followers and generating an estimated of $800 million in annual revenue. But here's what's wild. They've built this empire with almost zero traditional advertising, no venture capital funding, and barely any physical stores. They cracked the code of influencer marketing before it was even called that. Today we're breaking down how a small LA boutique became one of the most successful e-commerce brands of the past decade. Whether you do 10,000 a month or 10 million, there are specific tactics from Fashion Nova's playbook that you can implement right now. Before diving into the video, I just quickly wanted to say Happy New Year, and I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season. Also, please subscribe to our channel if you already haven't to support and to not miss weekly brand breakdowns like this one. All right, let's dive in. Let's start with the origin story of Fashion Nova and the founder's background. Fashion Nova was founded in 2005 by Richard Seigan in LA. But unlike most e-commerce success stories, Fashion Nova didn't start online. Richard actually came from a retail family. His father owned women's clothing stores, so in a way, he grew up in the business. He learned everything about retail from his dad, and that type of entrepreneurial mentorship was critical. He opened his first Fashion Nova store in a working-class LA neighborhood. Here's what's super interesting. Richard had a specific vision from day one. He wanted to create affordable, sexy club wear for women, not like the cutesy, youthful styles that you would normally find in a store like Forever 21. Fashion Nova was targeting a different customer entirely. Women who wanted to look glamorous while going out at night, but who couldn't afford high-end boutiques. His original goal, open 100 stores across the country. At his peak, he had 5 brick-and-mortar locations, all in Southern California. But he noticed something that at the time nobody else noticed. His customers were young, diverse, and obsessed with Instagram. This was around like 2013, 2014, where Instagram was basically exploding, but most fashion brands and brands in general really were still very much focused on Facebook ads and traditional advertising. The pivot. In 2013, Richard made a decision that changed everything. He launched Fashion Nova as an e-commerce site and went all in on Instagram marketing. Not Instagram ads, actual influencer partnerships, and organic content. Interestingly, he is extremely private, he barely does any interviews, and it's extremely difficult to find quotes from him. He prefers to have the money without the fame, which I gotta give him, it's quite a smart move when you're running a billion-dollar business. But in one of his rare interviews, he said he wanted Fashion Nova to go viral, but he didn't want it to be known just as like an Instagram boutique because it delegitimized the brand. Which, if you think about it, is quite interesting because Instagram was the vehicle for his success. While brands like Zara and H&M were spending millions on billboard ads and magazine spreads, Fashion Nova was sending free clothes to Instagram models with 50 to 500,000 followers. Now, every brand is almost doing this, but at the time, this strategy was super simple but revolutionary. They were turning their customers into their marketing team. By 2017, Fashion Nova had over 16 million Instagram followers. In 2018, they became Google's most searched fashion brand, beating like Nike, Adidas, or even like luxury houses like Gucci and Prada. And by 2019, they hit over $400 million in annual revenue. Fast forward to today, in 2026, they have over 24 million Instagram followers. And while they don't publicly disclose any financials, industry estimates put their annual revenue to $800 million or more. They're still growing while many of their fast fashion competitors are struggling or have already gone bankrupt. They accomplish all this without taking a single dollar of venture capital funding. Fashion Nova is entirely bootstrapped and still privately owned by Richard today. And he's been very intentional about this. In interviews, he stated that he wanted to stay privately owned. You may be asking why? There are 2 major benefits. First, he doesn't have to report how much the company makes, and no public financial disclosure means competitors can study his exact playbook or margins. This strategy has proven especially valuable in 2024 to 2026, where many VC-based DTC brands have struggled or even shut down due to investor pressure and unsustainable burn rates. Second, well, he maintains complete control. No investors demanding like quarterly growth, no pressure to exit or go public. He can make decisions based on what's best for the brand, not what Wall Street wants to see. The business model. So how does Fashion Nova actually make money? Let's break down their business model because it's definitely way different than what most people think. Speed is everything. Fashion Nova operates on what's called ultra fast fashion. While traditional fashion brands have 2 to 4 collections per year, and even fast fashion brands like Zara or H&M release new items every few weeks, Fashion Nova drops 600 to 900 new styles every single week. Let me repeat that, 900 new products weekly. They can do this because they primarily manufacture in LA and not overseas. While their competitors are waiting like 6 to 8 weeks for shipments from Asia, Fashion Nova can go from design to website in as little as 3 to 5 days. The manufacturing advantage. About 80% of Fashion Nova's clothing is made within a few miles from their LA headquarters. This gives them insane speed to market and allows them to capitalize on trends while they're still super hot. Think about it like this: when Kylie Jenner wears a dress on Monday, Fashion Nova can have a similar style on their website by Thursday. The pricing strategy. Most items are priced between $15 to $50. Dresses average around $30 to $40. This is absolutely impulse buy territory. Low enough so customers don't overthink their purchase, but high enough to maintain decent margins on trendy items. But here's the pricing strategy that they use, which is like incredibly smart. I don't know if you've noticed this, but Fashion Nova always has like some sort of a sale running. Rather, this is like buy one, get one free, 50% off, 30% off. There's always something. You might think this hurts their margins, but here's the trick. They price items higher than they actually intend to sell them for. So when they're running a 50% off sale, they're really just selling at their target price point. This creates a sense of urgency and makes customers feel like they're getting a deal, when in reality, Fashion Nova is hitting their planned profit margins. The target customer. Fashion Nova's target customer is typically women age 18 to 35, middle to lower income brackets, highly active on social media, especially on Instagram and TikTok. Values staying on trend over quality or sustainability. Makes frequent small purchases rather than occasional large ones. They also brilliantly expanded to plus size fashion with Fashion Nova Curve, tapping into a very unserved market that most fashion brands just ignored. Influencer marketing at scale. This is where Fashion Nova absolutely dominated. While other brands were still trying to figure out Instagram in 2015, Fashion Nova had already perfected the playbook. Back in 2010s, where there were still primarily retail stores, Richard already had 60,000 Instagram followers. That's very impressive for a regional brand at that time. As I said, today Fashion Nova has 24 million Instagram followers. And of course, that growth didn't happen by accident. The micro-influencer army. Instead of paying one Kardashian $1 million, Fashion Nova partnered with thousands of micro and mid-tier influencers. We're talking Instagram models with 50 to 500k followers, fitness influencers, everyday women with engaged followers within their niche. The deal was simple: free clothes in exchange of posts. No complex contracts, no agencies, just product for content. Why this worked so well? First, micro-influencers have higher engagement rates than celebrities. A woman with 100,000 followers might get 5 to 10% engagement, while a celebrity with, I don't know, like 10 million followers can get like 1 to 2%. Second, it felt authentic. The aspirational factor was still there, but it felt more attainable. Third, it was scalable. One partnership with a celebrity is expensive and risky. 3,000 partnerships with micro-influencers, that's consistent, reliable marketing. Celebrity partnerships. Well, Fashion Nova didn't only work with micro-influencers. Once they had momentum, they secured partnerships with Cardi B. This is their most famous partnership. Reportedly, Fashion Nova pays Cardi B $20,000 per month just for her to wear their clothes. But Richard said that for every dollar they pay Cardi B, they see 3 times that in return. So that $20,000 in monthly investments generates over $60,000 in sales. They launched 2 collections with Cardi B that reportedly sold out in hours. One of her early posts in Fashion Nova, walking around casually just saying, "You know why I'm wearing my Fashion Nova?" went viral and legitimized the brand for millions of people. To name some other celebrities that they partnered with, we have Megan Thee Stallion, another celebrity collection that drove massive traffic. Kylie Jenner, while never a formal partnership, she's worn Fashion Nova multiple times, and each mention is worth millions in free publicity. They use celebrity partnerships to amplify an already successful strategy, not as the foundation. User-generated content. Fashion Nova also mastered user-generated content while most brands didn't even know what that was. They actively encouraged customers to post wearing Fashion Nova and tag the brand. They created hashtags like NovaBabe and NovaStars, giving customers an identity and a community. So people really wanted to be featured by Fashion Nova. They then repost this content to their millions of Instagram followers. This creates a viral loop. Customers post in Fashion Nova reposts to millions. That customer's friends see it and want to be featured too. Then more purchases, more posts, more social proof. Music and cultural integration. Fashion Nova pays millions to rappers and artists to mention their name in songs. The genius here is making everyday consumers feel like they're wearing the same thing as millionaires. These artists all could afford like Gucci sweats every day of the week, but they're name dropping Fashion Nova in their tracks. This creates the illusion of accessibility. As a listener of these artists, you go, if it's good enough for them, it's definitely good enough for me. The criticism. While you can't have a Fashion Nova video without the controversies. Fashion Nova has faced serious criticism for many things, such as design theft from small businesses. Multiple small business owners have publicly accused Fashion Nova of stealing their designs. Closet Envy owner Jay Nice perhaps had the worst experience. Fashion Nova allegedly purchased her puffy jacket design, unboxed it, studied it, and then returned it to her. The return label literally had Fashion Nova's return center address on it. Then they released an almost identical jacket. When confronted, they denied all the allegations. The problem? Small business owners can't afford to fight. Legal battles are expensive and difficult to win. So these creators are essentially powerless while a billion-dollar company allegedly copies their work. They have other major allegations of unfair wages and poor working conditions in their LA factories. There is also the huge environmental factor of their ultra-fast fashion model. I gotta say, growing fast is great, but growing responsibly and ethically is better for long-term brand health and reputation. Modern consumers, especially Gen Z, increasingly care about brand values. Key takeaways for e-commerce owners. Now that we know both the good and the bad, let's go over the key takeaways. With rising ad costs and declining organic reach in 2026, Fashion Nova's organic-first strategies are more relevant than ever. Here's what you should do. 1. Micro-influencer marketing. Target 20 to 50 influencers with over 5% of engagement rates. Offer free products for honest posts. 2. Speed to market. Audit your product cycle for bottlenecks. Use Google Trends to spot trends early. 3. User-generated content. Add branded hashtags to packaging and emails. Feature customer photos on product pages. Run monthly UGC contests with gift card prizes. Offer VIP perks for content creators. 4. Price for impulse purchases. Introduce getaway products under $30. Use bundles to increase AOV while maintaining impulse buy appeal. Focus on lifetime value over single purchase. 5. Leverage social proof. Add star ratings and product reviews to product pages. Show Instagram feed on homepage. Create an auto-updating bestsellers collection. Feature testimonials in email campaigns. Here's the thing. Fashion Nova is still thriving in 2026, while competitors like Forever 21 went bankrupt, Nasty Gal shut down, and countless other fast fashion brands failed. Their story proves you don't need VC funding, traditional retail, or even traditional advertising to build a massive e-commerce brand. The strategies we cover today are more relevant in 2026 than they were in 2018. Whether you're doing 10K a month or 10 million in a year, there's definitely something in Fashion Nova's playbook that you can implement to your own strategy today. If you want help implementing any of these strategies, especially around customer engagement, conversion optimization, and AI-powered customer support, that's exactly what we do here at ZipChat. If you're curious to learn more, check out the link in the description box. And let us know which brand we should break down next. And if you found this video valuable, hit that subscribe button. We drop a new brand breakdown every week. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next week.